Hello and welcome to another recording for my channel. This will be another Star Trek Online Age of Discovery playthrough. And I'm just letting you know I've gotten to level 65 just now. So let's have a quick look. And again, you can skip ahead to the episode if you like, but we'll just have a quick look at where I'm up to at this point. Okay. So, we've already looked at 50. So 51 is a duty officer. So it's this thing here, duty officers. Fleet support rank 3. So that is a... you can call in ships to support you while you're in battle in space. Pretty straightforward. Admiralty system is unlocked. We'll open up another tab. Oh, not that one, sorry. This tab. Let's just make it. So that's this thing here. Now this is basically... Nope. There we go. So basically what you do is every time you get a ship from the shipyard, it goes into your deck of cards here. And you use the ships like you would duty officers in a duty officer assignment. Now, I don't think I've got any left because I've just been, again, I've just been playing for the last 4 hours trying to max out my Admiral level. And as you can see here, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of these, plus I've been messing around with some other characters. Now, I didn't even know you could get better than a common. All I've been getting is common, but because I've upgraded my ship and got better weapons, I actually got a ultra rare. So you can see here, 50 marks, $500 lithium, 60 marks. Actually, I think I might have gotten an uncommon before. 60 marks, $600 lithium, 75, 750, 150 marks, and $1,500 lithium. And then you get R&D materials from all of these. So I've just done this in the last 3 hours. The only way you can get these specialty boxes here is by clicking on the random tab, which unlocks at level 50, I believe. But you can see I've gotten quite a bit from it. So that's the Admiral system here. We'll go through that in a second. We've got nothing for 53. The Admiral, Vice Admiral point for our skills, which I think I've already maxed out, so I'll have a quick look at that, see if I've got any more. Level 55, you become a Fleet Admiral. Instead of being a Vice Admiral, you're an actual Admiral. And you get a Bridge Officer awarded, which is this one here. Oh no, this is manual. Special Requisition Pack Bridge Officer Specialization Manual. I must have opened up the Bridge Officer earlier by accident. Oh no, I sold him, sorry. I was on the exchange and I sold the Bridge Officer. Nothing for 56. More skill points. Nothing, 58, 59. This is your highest, second highest rank, sorry, which is Fleet Admiral. Actually, I think it might be the highest rank. Fleet Admiral is where you get level 65 Fleet Admiral. So this is the highest level you can get in the game, but you can get more points. I would have to assume that once they get more levels, like if they go to level 70, they might make Admiral at level 60 and bring it across, or they might put another level in between here, like Commodore. If you watch the original series, Commodore was one of the levels. I think it was just above Captain. I'm not sure about military rank. But I think when Next Generation, they deleted a couple of ranks in between. But if they're trying to incorporate all the different shows into this game, they might bring back the leveling system like that and go through all the different levels. There might even be a Ensign First Class or Ensign, because it should go Cadet, Ensign, Lieutenant. So there's also that. They can actually put the Ensign in there. Because you basically go from Cadet straight to Captain. That's the whole point of the starting up mission. So if they wanted to do another 10 levels, they could just put Ensign in here. So there's a lot of different ways they can expand that out. Okay, Vice Admiral Starship Requisition Token. So I don't think I actually did that. I'll have to go have a look at the shipyard to get another ship. Any single Bridge Officer Specialization Manual. That's this one. Specialization. So that's going to give your bridge officers this. So you can actually unlock one of these on one of your bridge officers. or you can just buy the specializations from the exchange, but they are extremely expensive. Okay, fleet. Another point. Gamma Quadrant Duty Officer. So, again, there are different types of duty officers. There's your standard Federation, that only the Federation and any Romulan and Dominion faction that is allied with the Federation can get. You've got the Klingon faction. Again, the Romulan and Dominion allies can get that. Only the Romulans can get this one, which is the Legacy of Romulus duty officers. Gamma Quadrant, anyone can grab these ones. These are just random. And anyone can grab the Delta Quadrant ones as well. Okay, let's close this off. Admiralty Hero Ship card, the CUV Tane. Let's have a look at this one. So let's go down the bottom. There you go. So that's the ship here. It's basically an epic card. It's very strong. It has just a bit of a better benefit than an ultra rare ship. So we've gone through all the levels. Okay, I don't know what. Oh, that was this here. So also, what you can see here is just in those last 9 missions I've done, I've collected all of these resources, and this thing here in itself would be extremely expensive. It's a level 12, very rare, and we'll actually have a quick look at that. Let's have a look at what we could get for this. Is that right? Very rare. 700,000. If you're going cheap, 700,000, but you can get about 730 to 740,000. You can see that the lower prices, 750. Anything over that is just extreme. So they're probably just using this as a bank slot to clear out their bank. Wow. Okay, and that was just from doing the missions, just from doing a random mission. Then you just got the cheap things here, and level things. But you can see level 12, level 12, and level 12, level 10. So if you're at level 60 or above, you should get mostly level 12 items. As you can see, this is a common, very rare. So the actual rarity is random. You're more likely to get common than you are rarer items, obviously. So that's another thing. So let's go have a look at the shipyard, see if we can get another ship. And I'll unlock it, and I'll show you what happens with the Admiral thingamabob. Geronimo! I don't know why, I just love jumping off that thing. Okay, let's acquire a ship. Let's have a quick gander at tier 6. Hang on, I didn't realize I had all these unlocked already. No, that's not one. That's why is that free? There should be a token. As you can see, I've unlocked all the ships in the... Hang on. It is a tier... Okay. I can really just grab any ship, but I want to get the unlock. I didn't realize how many of the tier 6 ships were actually Zen Store buys. Almost all of them. I think I unlocked that from my Jem'Hadar character, so let's just go down. We're not Vice Admiral, we're Fleet Admiral, we're tier 6. Fleet's different again. Fleet, you don't need to do anything other than be a member of a fleet and have a few tokens. Here it is, prize token. So it doesn't cost you anything. Blockade runner. Okay, so this is an escort style blockade runner. And we'll have a look at the Admiral system. I'm not sure what level of rarity that would be. And it's an escort. Okay, so science, cruiser, escort. So it should be in here. So I'll just unlock level 5 as well because I'm not entirely sure if that's a 5 or 6. So we'll get this one. Going out of the way. So blockade, runner, escort. So we'll get this. Just do that. There you go, it's unlocked. Blockade. Should be here. No, it's not a science. There it is. So we just unlocked it here. I'll do that with another ship. I'll go to science because I know which the science ones are. And that'll just be easier to do. Long range vessel. So this is the Voyager style ship from Star Trek Voyager. Is that it? That doesn't look like it at all. That looks like the okay. We will quickly go in. Okay, well that's it. That's how that's the Admiralty and how you get the ships. So when you start the, if you only use the if you only use this ship and you don't actually collect anything, that will be your only card. That will be the only thing you'll have in your Admiral system. So to get all those other cards, you've got to unlock all the other ships that go with it. So what I'm going to show you now is what I actually have done with my ship. And what I did is I used the 12 ultimate tech upgrades, and I got some level epic, 15 epic weapons put in. So I've got 1 torpedo. Accuracy and damage is better. Does critical damage ×2 and critical hit. Potential has gone up. And just damage in general is better. And as you can see here, that was pretty much the same, isn't it? So, and the beam arrays are the same. There's just accuracy and damage, accuracy, critical hit and critical damage and damage. So what you can do if you're not happy with these things is although you do have to collect. So let's just say not enough resources. So I don't have enough I don't have any salvage actually. But let's just say you want it to have as much damage as possible. You'd lock damage, accuracy and damage is good, and then you hit randomize. And it would be like a slot machine. It would just go randomly, and when you get the damage you want, you just lock it again, hit randomize to get the damage, and then over here it will actually just have accuracy and damage ×4 if you can get it to that level. To get salvage, there are different ways. Some of the missions actually give you salvage, but basically you just click on it, an item, salvage your item. Do you really want to salvage this? Okay. And I can because I don't really have... Oh, even get research materials. So 66. So that was just a low level weapon. Let's see what else. Let's see. Salvage item. This is a low level... Actually, what is it? I don't know. Engineering. So I'm a science officer. I can't use that. I can send it to an engineering toon on my account, or I can just sell it on the exchange. So let's have a look. Ooh, okay. I don't really use salvage. I very rarely go at anything other than just creating an epic and just leaving it as it is. So as you can see, you can get some salvage this way. And we'll just put that back on my ship before I forget. Okay, so I've got torpedoes. Then I've got a rear turret. I always have a turret. I don't know why. I just like having them. So you can see here, accuracy and damage, critical hit, and damage. Then what I did is I got... I swapped out all the universal consoles you get from the ships. If you remember from a previous video, I'd go to acquire ships just to get the specialty lock on it. So, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to go to manage ship. Manage ships. So, that science vessel I just got has got a specialty item on it. So, anything that you can get from the Zen store will have a specialty console. And they're always gold epic. So, that's what I was doing. I was using those. But now that I actually got my character up, I actually started swapping these out for actual engineering consoles, science, and tactical. So the engineering consoles, I got 3 here, and they all do damage resistance. So my ship can take a little bit more damage. It's basically a hull buff. It just makes your hull a bit stronger. I haven't swapped them all out, so this one here for science, maximum shield capacity. The more shields you got, the more the more attack damage you can take. So this does shield protection and this does hull protection. This one here, now there are different consoles. So this one here is a phaser relay. This one up here is a disruptor relay. So if you have disrupted weapons, that will help your disruptors fire better. This one here helps my phaser damage do 39.4% extra damage. So if I had 2 of these on here, it'd be almost 80% extra damage, almost double the amount of damage the phasers do. So if I have 3 phasers on the front like I'd normally do, this one does 600 damage, so yeah. So it'd be almost 12, 18, 19. So close to 2800 damage if I had 3 phaser arrays at this level. But that's if, and again, if I went and re-engineered it and had extra damage on it, then these things would probably be doing like 700 damage each. So that's 14, 21, 4,200 damage if I had on the front. And broadsiding, because I'd have 2 extra on the back, you'd have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So 7,000 damage. 7,000 damage if you had 5 phases on here. Plus the, I don't count the turret. I count the turret as just a bonus. Yeah, so that's my ship layout at the moment. This just helps boost your settings just a little bit. Shield power settings. So this is basically a shield enhancer, but it's a epic console from a ship. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it isn't. That's a console. Shield power settings. Anyway, so we're just quickly going through. So that's my ship setup at the moment. I was hoping to upgrade it to level 5 so I could actually show off everything, but I might as well just do this now anyway because I'm here. So this is level 1. So basically once you level up, you will get physical and kinetic damage resistance. So it's not 25%, it's 25%. So the stats here, general attack, where is it? Plus 25, defense. No shield regeneration rate. My shield should be regenerating. Generation every 6 seconds, 200, whatever. Okay. Level 2. 15% critical severity. So if you get a critical hit, it does 15% extra damage on top of the critical hit. So a critical hit might be like double. So instead of, like if you double it, you'll be getting 1200 or close to 1300. and then on that top of that 1300 you'd get an extra 15%, so you'd get an extra 300. Okay. NED damage, radiation damage. So this is phases and bridge officers. So when your bridge officers use a radiation sort of damage, or if you have a radiation torpedo that when it hits the ship it sets out a burst of radiation, you'll take a little bit less damage from that. Hull hit, this one's always good. 10% extra hull hit points. So you can see here my hit points are at 60,000, so I'll get another 6,075 on top of that. This one, the level 5 is different from 1 through to 4. Level 5 is this ship will always have it, this model of ship will always have it, but you can unlock it in your traits here. So that's what I was hoping to show you. Once I had unlocked level 5, it would be here. And what that does is you can use that particular trait on any ship. So this ship would have this trait plus 5 other traits you could get from something else. So this would have 6 traits on it just because of this particular trait and the 5 others. Or you can just put this trait on any other ship. When you drop below 50% health to self, 50% hull bonus healing for 20 seconds. So again, if you use your hull healing abilities on your bridge officers, it just does a bit more extra healing. To self can only happen once. Can only do it once every 2 minutes, and it helps yourself and your allies within 4 kilometers. So again, if you're doing a lot of these things, that would be a good opportunity if you're doing close combat. Okay, what else can I show you? Bridge officers. What I have done, and I don't know if I've got any. I do not have any. Let's go back to the bridge. The bank. So what I did for my bridge officers is I started collecting my manuals from other characters. I've put them all into the bank, the shared account bank, and I'm slowly. So I've gone through all of these manuals up here, and I've gone and unlocked a whole heap of skills. So you can see instead of just having the 1, I've got 3 unlocked here, another extra 1 here, nothing there. I don't have all the unlocks, but I've got a few of them. So what this does is when you go to your stations, 1 or first here, it opens up over here, and you can actually change your shield healing to engineering team or back, and each one of these is another swap, so you can actually just do a lot better with your crew. So let's see if there's anything I actually want to swap. No, not all of them are unlocked. Okay, nothing much unlocked here, but again, I'm just starting to do this. So I've done this, I've still got to get all these done, and I've got probably just as many, if not more, on another character that I'm slowly swapping around and trying to get this sorted. So all that does is it just gives you more options, gives your crew better abilities. So what I like to use a lot is, on my engineering characters, as you can see here, engineering team, engineering. Actually, what's the difference between that? There's no difference. I'm not entirely sure what this does. It's I can't find training manuals for it, but they're basically the same. So what I like to do is have the engineering teams, because it does a lot of, it just repairs your hull. And that's this thing here. You can see here it repairs 36 points. That can't be right. That's 201 points. How many points does this here? 121. 160. Yeah. Why does it say? Oh, plus 36 hit hit points over 5 seconds. So that's 5 times 36, I think. 115. Yep, 5 times 36. And also the shields. Reversing the polarity, basically when you take a hit, your shields regain a bit of strength. Or emergency power to shields just gives your shields a bit of a boost. If they're running down, they just get a bit stronger. So there's a lot of good things in here you can mess around with. With your science officer, gravity well is one of the best things. Basically what it does is it traps the enemy ships, and you can just fire at them. They're just stuck there. It's like a tractor beam. It just holds them in place. So if you're trying to attack a specific ship, the bigger the ship, the less effect it has, I'm pretty sure. A bigger ship might be able to fly away from it, but smaller ships will be sucked into the... it's like a black hole, just as... yeah, viral matrix, I think, just disables subsystems. So basically, your bridge officers' systems won't work all that well. So there's a lot of different options here that you can choose. And again, if you want to change this from a science console to a intelligence, bam, done. It's that simple. Just click on it. And again, you can change the different levels. So lieutenant, commander, commander, and captain, sort of thing. What's this? Emergency. I don't want the probe. Charged particle burst. Jam sensors. That's a good one. What's this? Intelligence team. Tychon's Rift. Evade target lock. Polarized hull. This is a bonus to your hull. It takes less damage. So you can see there's quite a few options. So this is not a tactical layout. This is pilot, I believe. Oh, there it is, pilot. Again, so if you don't want to have pilot lock sort of stuff, you can actually have extra... Okay, let's have a look at my science consoles on my ship once I do this. Omega. Oh, Omega. Don't use cannons, don't use cannons. Okay, so let's have a look at the stations. What? Why did my stations change? Third. Huh. Thought I fixed this. First, fourth. Let's have a look at what we can change on fourth. Nothing. Okay, so Miracle Worker. Power to shields, that's better. Okay. So this is engineering, Ensign Engineering Station. So why can't I... Didn't I just change it to the thing it is? Okay, looks like I'll have to have that. Just changed it, so it wasn't... Okay. So that's basically what the training manuals are for. Again, you can buy them on the exchange, or you can make them in your R&D options here. So it makes them officer training. So basically, as you level up, you'll be able to get more of these unlocks. And also, if you use your skill unlocks here, that was it. Oh, specialization. So if you unlock here, you can see here, you unlock training manuals. So there are certain ones you can unlock as a captain. There are certain ones you can unlock as you do the tree here. And there are also the ones you can buy from the officer down behind the Admiral's office. So if you go to the Admiral's office, down the stairs, and turn left, there's a little office there where you can actually get training manuals. Okay, what else can I drabble on about? Okay, let's get some more officers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just got 6 more officers. I transferred. So if you unlock these lockboxes, you'll actually get the potential of getting a rare duty officer. So what I did is I went and did that, and I went and got some Voth. Status. Why is it not showing it? That is not a Voth, that's a Vortar. What happened to my Vortar? Holy. I have no idea why this is not working. Well, anyway, so basically you can unlock certain duty officers. I think there's about 6 in the Voth, and there's 6 in the Tholian. And I think you can also grab, if you go to your fleet holdings, you can also get a couple of duty officers, specialty duty officers from there as well. Okay. What else have I done? I have transferred these ships from other characters, so we'll quickly go back to the shipyard and I'll show you that. Actually, I'm not sure if I'll make an episode. If I don't make an episode, I'll leave that in the comment section down below so you don't have to watch this whole thing. Okay, so basically you can see here where I go to manage my ships. I have basically standard Federation ships. So, and the Ferengi Marauder. So I've got 2 active slots. So what this does is this is from Lockbox, and also it was a reward system ages ago. I'm not even sure if they're still available, to be honest. But basically, there was a Terran Empire invasion of our dimension. So if you know, I think again that was in Age of Discovery at the end of Season 1. But in TOS, Voyager, no, not Voyager. Voyager do it? Oh no, Voyager had a mixed history background, so that was not a time travel episode, but a flashback episode. So Deep Space Nine had a couple of episodes, as well as TOS had the original. Enterprise had, I think it was a 2-parter, and Age of Discovery has done an episode. So the Terran Empire is basically just a mirror universe. So basically what they've done, they've come through, the ships have been disabled, and we've collected them. So let's have a look. So this is basically the same ship, or same class of ship, but an upgraded version of the Voyager sort of class. Okay, and as you can see now we have a mirror assault cruiser. These are all level 4, I believe. So tier 4, so you won't be getting any tier 5 unlocks for the upgrades. So a tier 5 is basically a standard ship, and you can unlock it to get a trait, but you only get 4 traits, you don't get the 5th trait. So let's see if I actually have, yeah, here we go. So this is the ship I just got from the exchange, no sorry, from the shipyard. So when I get because I've already upgraded this on another character, it's a free upgrade across your account. So as long as you upgrade it once, it's free for the rest of your toons. And as you can see, if I want to do it, which I won't do just yet, because I like to upgrade in a particular fashion, but you can just do that. You'll get the 4 unlocks here, and again, each ship has a different unlock. So you'll remember from this one here, it has 25 physical and kinetic damage, so basically anything that hits the hull. But with this one, there it it is. The first unlock is damage to exotic damage abilities. So basically, any sort of bridge officers that do, like the gravity well, that's exotic damage. Tychon's Rift, which was another thing I had on my bridge officer, it does an extra bit of damage to it. So every ship has a different layout. Every tier 6 ship. Let's have a look at this one. Accuracy rating. Okay. So every tier 6 ship has a different level 5, and each one of these level 5s can be used on any other ship once you've unlocked it. If for some reason you can't afford to get dry dock, like you don't have enough, or you don't use Zen, you can't get dry dock, and you delete the ship, that ship is already unlocked on your character. So if you delete the ship by accident, or you have to make space and you delete the ship, when you go back to the shipyard to buy it again, it should all be unlocked because that character in particular has already unlocked it. So my main character has unlocked this unlocked level 5, but it doesn't unlock across your account. It only unlocks for that character. But if you delete the ship on this character and you get it back, you will be at level 3 again. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. I really wanted just to get started on an episode, but there's so much stuff that I've done in the last couple of days. Okay. The Universal Endeavors are pretty good. I always recommend doing these if you can. You'll basically get something like this, where you get extra marks, dilithium. I think you open it and you get 5 miniature boxes, and they're random. Sometimes you'll get 100 marks, and you can get 3 or 4 of those. You'll get a shipment of dilithium, and you'll also get energy credits. And I'm pretty sure you also get R&D materials. Okay. So, what else? Oh yeah, I'm going to unlock all these before I forget. You can see on the bottom corner down the left, I've gotten quite a bit of resources. Okay, and let's have a look at... where can I get that information as well as... No, dang it. Items sold in the exchange. Okay, so basically what I want to do is see this, so I can actually see what I've got, and I think that would be under reputation. Nah, I'd have to open each one individually to have a look at it. Okay, so basically what we can do with this is I can see that I need Dyson Sphere marks because I've only got 26. So I'll unlock that, got some dilithium, and got some marks. So I will go to Dyson, unlock it, accept it, have a quick look. Now I've got 196. And you can see that, you know, I haven't even started my Admiralty system yet. I'm going to do it now. But you can see here that I can actually start and get the first level straight away. So let's go there and have a look. Nope. The Admiral system, not the Admiral system, the R&D system. Now, there are so many systems. The reputation system. Competitive war games. So, as soon as I unlock this level, I will get this new trait. So this is a passive trait. It just runs in the background, does its thing. Attacking an enemy while they are immune to damage grants a short duration armor penetration buff. So basically, you just do a bit of damage through their armor. Physical and kinetic damage resistance. Gain increased kinetic and physical damage resistance rating. Are they both passive? Because that one actually says under it passive. This one doesn't. Okay. So tier 1 abilities. New store unlocks stasis shells. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at this. It's quite simple. And again, every single one will have the same cost. You can see here 15, 2, and 30. 15, 2, and 30. Now, I always do the dailies because of these rewards you get. Let's just so I can see where they go. So once you actually start this, you'll get a lockbox. So it doesn't matter if it's an hourly or a daily, you'll get that lockbox. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 lockboxes every time you do it. And there are 5,000 points. Let's have a look at this. And you need 250,000 points. So you can see it would take a very long time to get them. You'd have to do this daily or hourly over and over and over again. And if you don't want to open these up just yet, if you're like me, you keep them aside until you get to a certain level and want to do something with them. You don't want to be doing hourlies and just getting like 24 a day. So yeah, unless you want to open them, see what they are, and then delete them, salvage them, I don't think you can sell them. I think they're bound to character. Yeah, so there's different ways of doing that. Again, you can do this with all of them, and you can see as soon as it starts, bam. So the first level, you need 5,000, I'm sure. Yeah. So tomorrow at this time, well, actually in 20 hours from now, I'll have level 1 unlocked. I'll be on my way to level 2. So let's have a look at this. Passive. Okay, so this one is a unlock for your traits. This one should go here. Okay, let's have a look at this viral weapon overload. When you critically strike an enemy, you additionally disable their weapon. Can occur once per 30 seconds. Slippery target. Gain immunity to control for 5 seconds when you are the target of root, hold, disable, or knock effect. May occur once every 45 seconds. So you can see the passive. All you have to do is research it, unlock it, and you get this. It's that simple. And it just makes the game that little bit easier. Passive. Increases your resistance to attack and hazards which deal damage over an extended period. So this is ground combat though. But in space, that would be like getting hit by a plasma torpedo and you wouldn't be taking as much damage from it. Reduce the recharge time of your kit module abilities. Again, I don't use kits all that often. I prefer just to go in tanky and just take down things if I can. And we'll just go through these one by one as I start them. We'll just have a read of what it says they do. I can't even... Vibranium mesh? Gain resistance to phaser damage and control effects such as stun, slow, disable. I don't think it would... Oh yeah, it doesn't stop it from actually happening. It just gives you less likely to be stunned when you're hit by a phaser. Increase your damage with melee weapons and martial arts. In addition, you run faster. Again, I don't really use hand-to-hand combat unless the mission calls for it. I normally just use phasers. Also, you might notice I've got quite a bit of energy credits. I've actually transferred all my energy credits from all my accounts to this one. So you can see I've got quite a bit. I've also condensed all my research materials to 2 characters, my main character and this one. So none of my other characters have any research material or energy credits. What else did I do? Oh yes, because of this random effect, you sometimes do ground combat, and because of that ground combat, I actually got one hit killed because I had level 0 equipment. So what I did is I went to the dilithium store and I bought... Oh no, sorry, not the dilithium store. The Lopi store. And I got the Zenkathi equipment here. So I got the armor, the weapon, and shield. Let's more details. Maybe I should have done this afterwards, but after I do the I get sidetracked very easily. I'm sorry. Okay, so basically, if you have the armor and the shield, or the armor and the weapon, or the shield and the weapon, just any two of them, you get a bonus of 20% shield resistance, 25 plus kit performance. Improves all kit modules. So it just gives, like, if a kit module throws a grenade, that grenade will just do a bit more damage. So if you have all three of them active, you get a Tetrion damage. Oh, so basically your weapons just do 25... Oh no, that must be a Tetrion weapon. If you have Tetrion weapons, they do 25% damage. So that's if you were to have... Actually, no, you'd only have to be able to have the weapon because you'd have to have all three. Maximum shield capacity, plus 30%. So the shields go up. So capacity is 456. It didn't change. Or maybe it only shows you when you're in combat. Okay. Two other things. If you're attacked from the back, you actually get an actual shield. An impenetrable shield that appears on... It's like a shell on your back. It looks pretty good. If I ever do a ground combat, I'll record that and show you. And also, if you have this, you basically have this holographic Zenkathi body around you, and for 10 seconds you can do a lot of physical damage. Again, I don't really use it, but just to test it out, I did try it. I activated it, and then I just slammed someone with the gun, and it actually did quite a bit of damage, so it actually is pretty good. Okay, before I get sidetracked yet again. Energized nanites. Passive. Your energy attacks heal you for a portion of the damage dealt. That would be pretty good. Personal... There's a lot of ground combat stuff here. Kit-based abilities deal extra damage. So you can see as you level up, your kits just get more and more and more effective. So let's do this. Plenty there. Plenty of expertise. Plenty of marks. Okay, these are all ground. I can only assume that that means level 2. Yeah, level 2 would be space. And once we get to level 2, I'll go through those as well. But that will be quite a while away. All ground weapons will have increased armor penetration. So you do more physical damage to the person. Base character ground movement speed is... So you just run faster, which is always good. And again, I might have to do a video on each and every single reputation tree because there is so much to go through. Mental acuity. Increase your damage while aiming in ground combat. So that's when I think you crouch and then shoot. Passive. Increase your resistance to control effects and improve your psionic damage resistance in ground combat. So the Remans, species 8472, and I think the Herc all do psionic damage to you. So that's basically a brain attack. So that again gives you a bit of a bonus from that. This video is not going as smoothly as I had hoped. I'm actually tripling over my own thoughts here. Wait a minute, why didn't that activate? Progress. Okay. It was activated, it just didn't show it. Deadly aim. Slightly increases critical severity in ground combat. Again, if you just happen to get a critical hit, you just get an extra bit of damage from that. Provide minor damage resistance in ground. Okay, so it basically improves your armor. Okay. So these are pretty straightforward, easy to go through. Again, I might have to do an entire video on each one. Increases your critical hit chance in ground combat. Okay, so 4% increase to critical hit chance and critical severity. So those two working in conjunction, you're going to do a lot of extra damage. See, the way this used to be is one ground and one space effect. But what they've done is they've done and changed it from ground to space, ground, space, ground. Oh, and then once you unlock level 6, it actually gives you an extra bonus to it. So critical hit chance is 5. So it just gives you a little bit extra. So I'm going to have to do a very lengthy video explanation on all of this stuff. Okay. Status. Your attacks ignore some of your target's shields and... Okay, shield penetration. So it goes through the shields and does physical damage to the person. That's really good, because attacking the shields does nothing. It's the body you want to attack. So that's pretty good. Increases your minimum health. Okay, so... Status. So my health is 717. So if it increases my health slightly, it'd probably go to 730 or something like that. Okay. You can see I'm starting to collect all these boxes. And I don't like to open them straight away. I do like to collect them a little bit and then try to sort things out later once I've gotten to a certain level. Oh, this is good. Increases your health regeneration both in and out of combat. That is very useful. Omega weapon proficiency. Increases your energy and melee damage in ground... So basically overall damage. Slotting this trait will passively increase your willpower, which increases your resistance rating to control effect. Passive. Slotting this trait will grant you an increase to kit performance whenever you activate a captain ability, which will increase the effectiveness of your kit. Okay, so as you can see, some help with weapons damage, but the opposite is that you take less damage, and the other one will give more damage. So when you unlock these, and again that's 24 traits here, you go to your traits, you go to your ground traits, and there'll be 24 traits to go through, and you just pick the ones you want. So 4 of them here, and you unlock this at your fleet research lab, which I don't think I can do because I don't have any actual fleet credit. Yeah. Every time I come here to check on the holdings, they're always empty, like these, or they're... Oh, awesome. This one just timed out. I don't want to waste my dilithium. Ooh. There you go, 58,000 just from doing that. 10 hours and 10 hours. So basically you'll get 1 credit for each dilithium. But I really need to keep my dilithium. I really need to use it for other things, so I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay. It's that simple to donate to your fleet. Okay, now let's have a look at the skills. I maxed this out. So basically I was wrong about this. You can't just get the same one 3 times. You only unlock 1 at a time. But I've unlocked all 3 of them. So basically this probability manipulation will actually have 3 different effects piled on top of that to help help you fight. I've also unlocked these things, such as, do I want to provide an additional 10% rating to incoming subsystem power drain effects? Provide an additional plus 10 resistance rating to incoming shield drain. I really want to keep my shields up. If the longer I can keep my shields up, the better I am. But you might want to use your subsystems, because if you like to use a lot of abilities, subsystems is needed to transfer the power to have those abilities work. Doubles the benefit of stealth detection rating that you gain from auxiliary power. Provides an additional plus 10 resistance rating to incoming control effects. I'd rather be able to fight off a tractor beam, than to find a hidden target, because the target's going to have to decloak, and when they do, you can attack them. All that does is just makes the mission go a couple of seconds faster. Provide an additional 10 shield capacity. Yes, again, shields are my thing. Increase your stealth values. I don't use cloak, so I don't care for that. Okay, now we've already gone through this one. Transwarp ability recharges halved. Okay. 100% additional threat generation while in threatening stance. Minus 100% threat generation while not in threatening stance. So I don't use threat. So I should, as far as I understand this, if I've read it correctly, I should have 100% less threat generation from when doing stuff, because I don't use threat generation items, because I prefer not to be threatening. Again, my character playthrough, I don't plan on using hanger pets all that often in this particular playthrough, so that's not going to be of use to me. Your hanger pets have an additional 10% maximum. Increase the duration of batteries and device effects 100%. I don't use batteries. That's these things here. Engine batteries, auxiliary batteries. I don't use them. So I basically just went for the hanger pets, just in case I do actually use other ships off camera to max out their affinities. Maximum hull. So I'll get plus 10 hull. Provide 50% resistance to duration of subsystem. Subsystems offline, as long as you got good hull and good shields, it doesn't matter. So again, I'll go for shields and hull. Okay. Every single science thing. I think, again, this would be a video in itself, because I've got the engineering, the science, and the tactical. Then we've got the ground. Specializations, I don't think I've got any points. Oh, 15 points. Okay, so I always go for pilot first. And this is because of this thing here. Improved pedal to the metal. Space trait. Maintaining full throttle for extended duration allows you to build up excess resonant energy that can be redirected into outgoing attacks as additional damage. So basically your phasers, whatever energy weapons you use, will just do a little bit of extra damage. This bonus only applies while you remain at full throttle and takes several seconds to build up to its full potential. Plus 2% all damage bonus for 2 seconds spent at full throttle, up to 20% maximum. All bonuses immediately lost if the throttle is dropped. So if you've seen me do my playthroughs, I always stay at full throttle, and that's the reason why. And this is my main primary thing that I always use. So let's have a look. Maneuvering thrusters. Turn rate. Again, my turn rate is very important. If I can get the damaged shields faced away from the enemy, they'll be firing on shields that aren't damaged. So maneuvering thrusters is always important. You just double click and activate. Let's have a look. Turn rate 10. What's this do? When activating attack patterns, so basic, again, that's this thing here, attack pattern delta. So when you activate those, you get extra hit points. And I'm always activating them. As you can see, I've got one active on my account now. So, again, more hit points. Flight speed while in reverse. Defense rating while... If you get stuck in a starbase, sometimes they've got towers and stuff that hang out. If you fly too fast, you might get stuck in there, and the only way to get out is to reverse. So basically, you just hit stop, and then stop again, and your ship will start flying backwards. Okay, eat my dust. When an attacker fires upon your rear arc of your ship, you gain a stacking bonus to your defense, making your ship harder to hit. So again, if you're being attacked from the behind, your rear shields normally take more damage in general. So that just actually gives your shields a bit of a bonus. When your attacker fires upon your rear arc, it gets harder and harder to hit. So basically you get +2 defense, so it just doubles it to +4. Desperate Flight 1. And as you can see, I've unlocked here, level 1 is nothing. Access to the next tier of specialization abilities. So basically, it just lets you unlock this. So level 2, access to the next level. So if you unlock 5 of these, it just goes down. Unlock specialization qualifications. Pilot. So I can build the manuals to train my... I can build the manuals in my R&D to train my crew for that one. Okay, so what is that? What else? Okay, basically it just says it in a different way. Unlock it and add it. Unlocks after choosing 10. And I've got 15 to spend on this, so I'll be getting up to level 4 for sure. Access to the last tier. Starship trait, pedal to the metal. That's what I want to get. And then this helps increase it. Okay, so this one. As the whole of your ship takes increasing amounts of damage, your flight speed and turn rate will raise higher and higher. Again, if my ship's taking damage, I'm going to be able to turn facing the shield that is still active towards the enemy, and the ship will take less damage. So that will work really well. This is why I like pilot the best. I'm more of a space fighter than I am a ground fighter. Okay, let's go to level 2. Okay, so this was 80%. Bonus begins at 80% hull. So you got to have 20%. 20% of your hull damaged for it to start working. Up to 10% max bonus at 20% hull. I guess it's like 1% for every 10, up to 10% bonus. And then this just doubles that to 2 points per 10. Activating evasive maneuvers, which is that little squiggly line on your ship when you're in space, grants you brief immunity to all movement impairing effects. This includes any of the following: slower route hold. So basically tractor beams. Okay, and as you can see, I've spent 10 and I've unlocked that. Rock and roll. So basically this is like evasive maneuvers, but a more extreme version of it. Send your ship into a roll, evading most incoming attacks and rendering your ship temporarily impervious to incoming damage. This is very important. If your hull is like less than 50% and your shields are down, you hit this and you basically become this whirly twirly ship that just goes all over the place. All shook up. After executing the rock and roll maneuver, your ship remains more difficult to hit with weapons for a short duration. Okay, so as you're starting to attack your enemy again, they still have a bit of hard time attacking you. And that just doubles the defense. After executing rock and roll maneuver, you'll retain a large turn rate. Again, I love my turn rate. I always go for that. So you just have a bit more of a turn rate. You basically got extra power in your engines to turn. That's what this thing does. After executing rock and roll, it just again just makes it better. And even though I'm not going to unlock these, I will go through the rest of them because I've already started. I might as well finish it off. Turn the other cheek. Taking damage applies a temporary boost to shield hardness on the opposite facing from the one damaged. What? Taking damage applies a temporary boost to shield hardness on the... All 4 facings may enhance... so if you're being attacked from all directions, it basically just helps you defend. Your shields just take less damage. Taking damage... Wait a minute. Okay, so this just increases. That's 1, 2, and 3. Tick it off. Whenever turn the other cheek becomes active on all 4 of your shield facings at the same time, you're granted a brief period of complete damage immunity. May occur once every 30 seconds. Immunity for 2 seconds, immunity for 4 seconds. That's, again, Pilot is one of my favourite ones because I just love space battles. Danger Zone. You gain a bonus to your damage output for each foe within 2 kilometers of your ship. This bonus can stack up to 10 times maximum. Does not apply to mines, turrets, or targetable torpedoes. So with the swarm, they actually... It's like hangar pets, but they shoot out like dozens of these little swarming ships. So that's actually pretty good for particular maps. For the most time, you're not going to be fighting too many ships at once. And if you are, they're not going to be within 2 kilometers of you. But for the swarm, that was an extremely good bonus. Wingman. Extends the effects of Danger Zone to count allies as well. But how far out? For each friend or foe within... 2 kilometers. Okay. Again, that's pretty close quarters. That's not really going to be effective unless... Yeah, I think it's this is better just because this doesn't really help. You're not going to be flying that close to each other. Yeah, I don't know if that's even worth it. Scratch the paint. You become to the 1 warp core breach as long as this is active. Being hit by a warp core breach removes the effects, but it automatically refreshes after some time has passed. So again, in my gameplay, if you see me attack a ship, fly right at it, and it explodes as I pass it. So I fly into the explosion, it destroys my ship. If I activate this in time, it will just, go around the shields and I won't be damaged. Impulse Drifting 1. Adds a defense bonus to each stack of Danger Zone, increasing your defense for each foe within, again... Basically, it's a level 2. Basically, it's Danger Zone level 2. And level 3. Okay, Bob and Weave. When an enemy misses you in combat, you take the opportunity to hit them back, right where it hurts. Critical severity is increased for each stack of Bob and Weave, up to 10 max. A successful critical hit removes all built-up stacks of this buff. Okay, well, that's a roll of the dice. The computer could miss or it could hit, so that's roll of the dice. The likelihood of being missed 10 times in a row is unlikely. Or maybe it's 10 times... Maybe it's 10 times within a certain amount of time, but it doesn't actually tell you what that time is. I'd say it's probably 30 seconds like it says down there. Okay, Lone Wolf. Take the role of Lone Wolf, single-handedly defeating the gathered foes and conquering the odds. Any players on your team that are within 10 kilometers, 10 kilometers is, a really good distance, will automatically placate foes near them when they activate this, making you the only valid target in range for a short time. To survive the inevitable onslaught of incoming fire, the Lone Wolf gains increased defense and automatic shield redistribution for the duration of this ability. So basically, this is threat damage. You're putting out threat, so you're the only ship that's going to get attacked. Again, this is something I don't use. I'm not very good with the threat. Again, anything that will protect my ship from damage with extra hull, extra shields, is for me. I wouldn't use this one. And again, it just increases that. Ooh, actually, the defense is pretty good. 25% defense rating, but not percent. Sorry, plus 25 defense, plus 50. Shield scraping. Flying at high speed into the shields of an enemy will drain their shield capacity and reduce their shield's resilience to incoming damage. The magnitude of both effects will scale with the speed at which you scrape against them. You may scrape against enemies once per second, but any enemy recently scraped will be immune to further scraping for 10 seconds. I guess large cruisers that are slow at turning, you could probably hit them, and when you do, that's going to do damage to them. But if you're playing against another captain, so as you can see here, you are playing with 5 other people against the computer, but up here you can actually verse other people. So I'm just wondering how that would work if you both activated at the same time. Would you both lose your shields, or would it nullify itself? And then it just doubles. Oh no, it doesn't. It goes up another 20 points. Scales up 20%, 100% throttle. So, yep, as you can see, well on the way. So I must have, at level 50, I must have started getting skill points because I'm at level 65 now. And for every level you do, you will get another point. Once you've done this, you can see there's 10, 20, and 30. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's that one. Then you've got 15, 15, and 15. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 6 at 30. My brain is going to freeze. It's 180, 195. So you have to go to level 50, and then 185. So 160 times. Once you get to 65, you've got to level up 160 times to max this out. And then after that, you get points that you can exchange for dilithium. So I'm not entirely sure how it happens, or if, let's just say you get 2 points every single day. I think you can only, it will only automatically transfer 1 point per day into dilithium. So you can't just go farming, like just go like 24 hours of just constantly upgrading your fleet, your captain, and keep getting points. Basically, for each point over that mark where you've maxed out everything, you will get a dilithium. But I think from memory, you do actually keep 10 marks just in case they add another one. You can actually just put 10 points straight into it, I think. I could be wrong. They are constantly upgrading the game and changing things. Okay, let's have a look at the traits. Personal ground traits. As you can see, it gives you a bit of an idea of what it is, but if you want to learn more, just details, and it'll actually come up and show you. I don't really care for that. I think this is an assault weapon, so I'll activate this for now. So basically all it does is gives you 5% extra damage. Are you kidding me? Oh god. Conduit. Improve shield charge and power. I don't use those. Stealth, I don't use those. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't use those. Don't use kits. Increase damage versus non-living targets. Oh, so your bridge officers can actually create little turrets that will fire. This actually just does a little bit more damage, but they're pretty easy to destroy anyway. Field researcher. Okay, yep, damage buff. Don't use kits. Limited telepathy. Yeah, you don't want to be flanked. If you get flanked, it does actually do a lot of damage, so you want to activate that. And as you can see, I'm already at the bottom. Medical Vanguard. Your buffs and heals now also strengthen shields. Again, I don't really use items on the ground, but that is something I could use. I'm going to activate it because I don't have much Mind Meld. This would only be for a Vulcan character. If you're a human, this wouldn't be here. So some of these are... oh, what happened there? Some of these are alien-based, you know, whatever faction you are. Nerve Pinch, again, you'd have to be Vulcan. Peak Health. Toxic damage resistance. So I just finished playing a Swarm... No, sorry, a Herc playthrough on ground. And they spit an acid at you. So this would be good if you get attacked by plasma fires and all sorts of things. I don't have a pistol. I've got a assault weapon. Physical energy. Basically, that just gives you +5 resistance. That's good for any sort of thing. That is not a rifle. The Romuans like to use snare, and so do the Tholians, so that's a pretty good one if you play a lot of that. Protection from knockback. And again, if you get hit really, like this weapon here, if you get hit by it, you actually get knocked back. So a big weapon you want to be pretty good at. Now, at some point, I'm not sure where or how, I'm pretty sure you can get how you got different weapons, where you got the assault weapon, and you've got the pistol, the rifle. I think there's also one where it actually says plasma, phaser, disruptor sort of damage. You can actually get a bit more damage going. So I don't use kits. I'll go for covert, because why not? Let's have a look at the space ones. And again, as you play the game and progress, you'll actually unlock more of these. Increase. Well, of course, you want the accuracy to go up. You don't want to miss them. So this is exotic part. Okay, yeah, I do like to use my exotic damage. So basically, actually, I might have to go out into space for this one because I can actually explain it better. So exotic damage is this thing here, Titan's Rift. That does exotic damage. You can see it doesn't do exotic damage. Well, I haven't unlocked the ones I want, so basically that will do a bit more damage. Beam weapons training. I only use beams. I avoid cannons, so again, I want to get extra 5% bonus damage from my beams. So let's have a look at defense. Let's resist an attack here. Nope. How do I check my... That's right, phaser beams. Okay. So 898.6. 898.6. 943. So that's why I came out to space, to show you the benefits of this sort of thing. Okay. Okay, so again, let's have a quick look at this. 80,797. 80,797. 80,797. 86. So it just went up another 6,000 points. So the traits are good. And this is stuff I could have done at the beginning of the game, but I said I want to show you at level 60 so I can go through the list, you know. I've unlocked... I don't use cannons. Exotic damage. Yes. Increased defense. So basically, Was that one of them? Defense rating. Minus 15. Holy, that is bad. Minus 15. Let's increase defense. I'm not going to keep this, I think, but I just want to see what it does. Ooh, plus 10 defense. I keep clicking on skills. Okay, so I don't know. Fleet Coordinator increases damage based on plus 2% or damage per team member self included up to 10. So basically, you're going to have 5 people for most of these team events, and if you want to level up and get a lot of resources, you're going to be doing this a lot. So I'll be collecting that. Add shield regeneration to team with science fleet. I think I deactivated my science fleet. That's an option here. Helmsman. Bonus turn rate. 10%. Again, turn rate's my jam. Impact of kinetic. Physical damage. So that would give you less damage from kinetic. 53. Kinetic. 53. Kinetic. 50. Oh, that's not really much. But then again, most of those things do an extra 2%, so that might actually be quite a bit overall. Let's go back to this. Kinetic threat and outgoing. I don't want to increase it. I want to decrease it. Again, that's something I can deactivate because it's not a very important thing. Phaser damage, so an extra 10 phaser damage. So I've already increased this. So 961.5. $961.5. Hang on, that didn't change it. $961.5. $10,574. Not sure what that did. Maybe I read it wrong. Oh, resistance, sorry. Okay. So that was, I thought it actually put more damage out. So phaser is 53%. This does plus 10, not 10%. Phaser, so 53. Phaser, again, 2%. Huh. And again, you can see here there's 2 different types. There are 6 main weapons. You can choose both of them or just one. Critical hit and severity, that's... Let's have a look. No, reduces photonic fleet cooldown. I've unlocked photonic fleet. I want that. Increased accuracy. Increased accuracy over this. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. The swarmers, they are fast and they're very hard to hit. So that you want to probably get this 25% accuracy. That's pretty good. Projectile damage. Space trait increases projectile damage. Okay, so which one can I undo? Ship, nope. Particle generator. Okay. Projectile. So, okay, let's have a look. Attack. Oh, that's what we want to look at. Projectile damage. 7,291. 7,291. 7,291. 7,291. 7,000 to... So that's 350 extra damage. So you can see the benefits. Outgoing shield healing. 50. No. Maximum shield. Ooh, yes. Bonus beam weapon damage. Maximum. See, that's something you would use occasionally, whereas the shields are you going to be using all the time. Well, that's going to be very important. Flight at full throttle. Space trade increases your flight speed and full impulse flights. It doesn't affect my turn rate, so I don't really care. This helps transfer rate of abilities. So if your shields are down and you click here, and your shields grow, this will actually help it do a lot faster. Okay, so increase hull resistance. So this one's actually pretty good, but I'm not sure if I want to deactivate it. Bonus turn, no, what that turn rate. Again, I said this wasn't very important, so I'll get rid of that, and I will activate increase hull regen. So basically, when you activate this thing here, you'll just get a bit of a bonus for it. Okay, starship traits. Pedal to the metal. Down. No, I've locked it, so it won't actually do it. So let's have a quick look down here. Probability. Ah, so that was unlocked with my pilot skill. So let's have a quick look at the skill again. Was it up here, was it? Where did I... Huh. That was, L anyway. So where is that a passive skill? Again, there's so many different things to look at that I am getting myself confused. Space trait. Maintaining full throttle for extended durational... wait a minute, now I remember where I saw it. Skills, it was number 4. Okay, now where am I? Get rid of that. Traits. Maintains full throttle for extended duration, allows you to build up accessory. Okay, so that's active. Now, these two things were actually from lockboxes, and I've activated them. But basically, I don't cloak, and I don't use cannons or turrets. So once I get something else, I will deactivate these. I will keep them on just in case I, for some reason, I've got cannons on there at the moment, so I'll keep this going, and I've got that rear turret, but the turret itself, it's very little damage, so I'll be getting rid of it eventually. I don't use cloak or decoy. I don't use the decoy unless I don't have any other consoles, so I don't really need that. Space reputation. Haven't unlocked anything on level 2 yet, so I won't have any. Ground reputation, again, nothing. Active reputation, so I think this is the active reputation, the last one. And then again, it doesn't double, it does level 2, where it just gives you a little bit of extra. Okay, so showing you level 65. I've nothing to show there, we've seen all that. Status, I've shown you my captain and what I've done here. And why? Because they were getting killed too easily, so I had to upgrade it. My ship, and you can see that these things have gone up since the beginning of the video because I've done all the extra bonuses. My crew, I haven't actually given them any weapons yet, but I will be collecting anything that drops that's a level 12 or better, and I will be putting them on the crew. So this I won't do because it's just a common. I would rather put a very rare or something ultra rare on them if I can. But once they get once I get a ultra rare drop, I will smack it right into their slot and upgrade them. Although if I can get sets before I can get drops, I will give them a set, because set bonuses are always good. And throughout the missions, you will actually get sets from time to time. So let's have a look.
Have you returned the orb? How can I help you?
I've already got it active so it doesn't pop up constantly. Have they removed this? I could have sworn you're supposed to get sets by now. They must have removed them or put them elsewhere. There's no way to check these because you can't click on them until you're finished. So what I can do is I can skip this and I can skip them all and go straight through to the bottom and skip everything. And then I can go back and check the hail and see what I can get. But I don't want to do that. I want to do them in order. Okay, so status of the ship, of the crew. We've gone through the trait system, and again, as you play the game, you'll unlock more and more and more, and that will just be ridiculously going through. I've got my station set up. I've got my 4 main ground defense people, and again, you can change these, which I haven't done yet, but you can change. So this here, basically, it just puts a line of mines between you and the enemy. So if they come near you, they actually get damaged. Turret fabrication. So that's the thing where it attacks non-organic or non-living items. It's these sorts of things. So we'll get that. Shield generator fabrication. I hate this thing. If this is the one I think it is, it activates as solid wall and it gets in the way. Quantum mortar turret fabrication. Oh no, covert cover. No, this is pretty good. It's basically a turret, but it actually just puts a shield out and it gives you that extra bonus medical. Okay. So you can see unlocking these things is very good. It just gives you the ability to get certain things done. But I'm not going to go through all that. Okay. Reputation we've gone through. Let's have a look. Inventory, R&D, and assets, we know all about that. We'll just delete the stuff. And as you can see, if you've got an item in here, it doesn't select it. So you can actually select all and delete, and you'll still have that one thing here. So I'm actually transferring these bonus crew members from one account to another, actually. And as you can see, I can't take them. I've actually got to be at a mail slot, an actual mail center to actually collect them, which I'll get over and done with that, I guess. Oh, maybe I didn't actually collect them for this character. Maybe that's why I don't have them. Like I said, I've been moving. I've deleted a whole heap of characters. I've moved stuff around. I'm trying to clean up my account and make it better. I think this video has been going for excessive amount of time, but I'll quickly get to the bake and I'll just check the time. If it's gone for too long, I'm just going to stop here. Once I've done the mail thing. I'm pretty sure I've been going for well over an hour. Well over an hour. And as you can see, take items. And that now, if you delete that, it will delete. We'll check our duty officers, and you'll see that they should now be in the roster. There they are. Bam. Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check my time here. Whoa, an hour and a half. Okay, let's see if I can quickly check anything else. No team members. we've been through this, I think, in the first video. That's information. If you want to go through and find previous things, I think it only goes to 6. Yeah, season 6. And you can actually see what they've done. What I would have preferred is if they had the date here of when it was activated, because then you can, if you're like me, you like to have everything notated and where it needs to be. So I prefer to have the date of release as well. But you can see they started in season 6, and it's 7, 8, and then once they got to 8, they went 8.5, 9, 9.5, and yeah, you can see all that. What else was there? Access the library. Oh, that just tells you how to play. I've never actually gone through that. You've got any bugs or anything, helps and stuff, you're better off going to the forum and checking if someone's posted something about it, because they might have already fixed it, or there might be a fix in the works. Dilithium exchange, you can get it through your inventory slot, or you can actually just click on here. If you so that's basically that. Visit. Well, we've done that for a mission, I believe. Notification settings. I think I've turned everything off. I've got the music turned down, but not off. Okay, we've gone through this, gone through this, gone through that. Okay, so special items. The current lockbox is the Swarm lockbox, and you can actually get that. Sets of 20 for 170 dilithium. If you go to the exchange, they should be cheap, but I've got to turn that off. Swarm lockbox. No one's selling Swarm lockboxes. Oh no, sorry. Let's do that again. There you go. 10, 5 and 10. Price per unit. 1. So you can get them for 1. But let's have a look at this. Discovery. This was the last box. Discovery. Oh, I forgot the R. Each one is 125,000. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the right one. Lockbox. I thought I already... Lockbox. 400,000. That's the cheapest. I've got them in ascending order per unit. So you can probably get one... Let's change this. So you can see here 400,000. 590,000. So ascending price per unit. So from 1 credit for the current one to 400,000 credits per lockbox. Now I'm going to have to probably buy a couple, just because I've got the keys here. I want to unlock it, and I want to get... Where are you? Pretty sure it's the discovery box. Oh, there you go. T6 ship, the Federation Crossfield. Now that's the Discovery, the main ship in the that's the USS Discovery ship. So that's what I want to get. If you're a Klingon faction, you'll get the Sarcophagus Dreadnought. So again, you probably have to open about 100 boxes, and you're not even guaranteed to get anything. So, well, what's this? Endeavor. Oh, okay, awesome. So I'm gonna get the pilot because I like the pilot. Awesome. So you'll see here what you get. Normal R&D material, 1 specialization point. So that's an extra specialization point that I can put into here. R&D material. Random assortment of R&D materials. I should have checked down here what it was. Can I? No. Okay, so let's unlock this. Experience points. I'm a bit confused. I thought it said that I would get... You received that. Ah, received all this. See credit endeavor prize pack. Experience points, expertise. Pilot. 1/4 specialization. 1 of 4 specialization point. One. I'm not sure what it means. 1 of 4 specialization point. This is a specialization point. It says I got 1. Nothing here to unlock. Okay, so what this is here, I got pilot. Go to the first and learn. Now it will unlock here. Boom. But there's nothing on the ground one because you can't do pilot on the ground. Lock trajectory. And again, I can unlock these and learn more. And with the Jem'Hadar, they are specialists in everything. They're not cloned. What are they? They are genetically engineered to be perfect killing machines. So they are experts in everything. So these are the ones I got from the Zen store. Okay. What else? Oh yes, the weapons I got for my ship. Again, I've gone a lot longer than I wanted to, but the weapons I got for my ship. There was a prize pack here. Promotional, legacy, discount pack. Technical officer. Ship starter pack. Federation starter pack. Here we go. 13 Mark II very rare space gear. So what I did is I got this thing just to get these items, and then I upgraded them using the ultimate tech upgrade. Got them to epic. Okay. So this is actually pretty decent. Okay. I've already got unlocked the ships. I've already got no, actually no, the inventory and the bank slots were worth it. I've already unlocked this. I can actually get that free here, available. It's already unlocked, so I don't need that. Starter packs, where are you? These mark again. These aren't very useful. The ground gear wasn't very useful, and a small XP boost, that's pretty useful. So for 1,000 Zen, as you can see here, 1,000. These are all 1,000 Zen. It wasn't that bad. I've got the ship, but the slots were good because 12 slots and 12 slots are 400 Zen each. That's 800. The XP boost. Nope. Boost. Clicked on the wrong one. The XP boost is, the small one is 200. So that's 1,000 there. So even if you don't need half of these things like I didn't. I don't need the ship. I don't need the Borg. I don't need the equipment. But just the slots and the boost itself is the 1,000 Zen. And then the rare gear is actually pretty good if you want to upgrade it. And again, can't use on this character. I got this when I unlocked the Discovery package. Okay. I've dribbled on too much for now, so I'm going to end the video here. If you have any further questions, I think I've been pretty in-depth in this video. I've gone way over than I anticipated. Again, I'm sorry, I was going to do one episode, but there was so much to cover, I just got lost in the video. So if you've got any comments, please leave them down below. Any suggestions for playthrough, please leave them down below. If you want to see something more in-depth than I've done now, I'm more than happy to. Like I said, I will be doing a walk through the specializations as I unlock them, but that will be a long-term project because I won't start unlocking anything until I've unlocked this. And again, there's 160 more points to collect at this point. Traits, again, as I unlock them, I'm not going to remember what I've already got and what I just received, so it's going to be hard to do videos on those in the future, but every now and again I might come back here and just quickly go through them, see what we got. And reputations, again, at some point I would like to go through the status and just go through every single thing and let you know what they are and what the benefits are. What I forgot to do is, before I actually activated all of this and all of these, I want to do a playthrough of a particular mission. So I just click on one mission, do it, and see how my ship handles, and then activate all the traits and then see how my ship handles, to see, just to show you the benefits of making sure you have these things unlocked. Now, I'm not sure if they fixed the bug, but every now and again when I came back in here, half of these would just disappear. They'll just unselect themselves. So if you're finding that your ship or your ground combat isn't as good as it should be, just check your traits to make sure that this hasn't turned itself off. Because it does happen from time to time. I think it's a bug. I'm not entirely sure if they've fixed it recently, but I've had issues with that over the last couple of months, where it just constantly what do you call it? The gamma recruit, the Dominion patch. My Dominion characters options always disappear. Okay, sorry, I'm dribbling on again. I'm more than happy to do extended playthrough explanations and videos. So if you have any comments, please leave them down below. Any criticism, I'm pretty sure you'd have some if you watch this video, that you'd have some criticism about the way I dribble over my words and get confused easily. I'm more than happy to take criticism. I just ask that you keep it civil in the conversations down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.